Yes, people, a very, very happy evening to all of you. Okay, thank you so much. So, guys, we're doing this chapter called as Accounting for Bills of Exchange and Promissory Note. In the morning session, we have completed a discussion on illustration 4. Correct? We discussed the concept of retiring of bill and a rebate, right? So, in continuation of that, we are now going to do practical question 3, people. Practical question 3. Page number 6.33. 6.33. Mark this question, very, very important. High chances that this type of questions may be asked in exam. It says that journalize the following in the books of Don. Oh my God. Don. Don, yours only. Come. Now, Bob informs Don that Ray's acceptance for 3,000 has been dishonored and noting charges of this is 40 rupees. Okay, now listen. Bob informs Don. Who's Bob? Who's Don? We don't know. But we know that Ray has given acceptance. If Ray has given acceptance, apnina, who's Ray? He's customer, buyer. Okay, right. Drawee. Okay. Drawee of bills of exchange. Bob informs Don that Ray's acceptance has been dishonored. Now, why is Bob informing Don? Bob could have told Ray directly, no? Bob is informing Don because Bob and Ray has got no connection. So, Don has sold goods to Ray. Along with that, he has given the bill also. Don is who? Seller. Seller has sold goods to buyer, Ray. Along with that bill of exchange given. That bill of exchange, Ray has accepted. So, who's the holder of the bill? Don. Don endorsed this bill to Bob. So, who is now the holder of the bill? Bob. On the date of maturity, Bob presented the bill to Ray, which was dishonored. So, Bob will come and express his anger or whatever it is to whom? Don. That's why Bob is informing Don. So, in the triangle, who's which party? Are you clear? Okay. Bob accepts. Bob apnina कहने से creditor of Don. Bob accepts 1,000 as cash. So, when the bill is returned back to Don, no, he's telling make an immediate payment of 1,000 in cash. Out of how much? 3,000 rupees. Bill is worth 3,000. In that, 1,000 is paid on the spot. And the balance is how much? 2,000. And the balance as a bill at the 3 months interest of 10%, which means Don says that out of 3,000, I can pay right now only 1,000. Balance, how much is there? 2,000. No, I will pay at the rate of 10% interest for a further 3 months of credit period. Don't worry. Tirpi, again, I'll put a diagram and make you understand. Those who are able to understand this, well and good. If not, again in the diagram, I'll make you understand. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance at 2 months plus interest at 10% per annum. Now, original BR is got cancelled, no? So that BR is cancelled and Ray has given one more bill of exchange, which Don accepts. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance at 2 months plus interest at 10% per annum. Full language திருப்பி Now, let me do the diagram and make you understand this. It's easy question, but the way the language is framed, no, that language is complicated, but not the concept. Draw with me, all of you people. It's very simple, straightforward question. 3 parties are involved here. 3 parties are involved here. Guys, whenever you come across such question, which is very tricky to understand, the first thing that you're supposed to do is not to get panic. Easy question. If you read one time, no, in one straight shot, you'll be able to process the answer in mind. If the question is a little bit challenging, let's say a medium range of question. So that kind of question, to process the answer in mind, you might have to read that question 2 times also. If a question is coming of a tough category, apnina, you might have to read that question for 2 to 3 to 4 times. So every single time you read it, no, your understanding about it gets better and better. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is when you come across a tough question or a challenging question, please do not panic. Instead, read the language of the question 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So every single time you read it, no, you'll get a better understanding of the question than the previous one. Got it? So, Don is seller. Don is seller. Ray is buyer. And here it is Bob. Who's Bob? Creditor of Don. Creditor of Don. Don sold goods to Bob. Yes or no? For how much? 3,000 rupees. Along with that, what did we send? Bills of exchange. He accepted and gave it back. So accepted bills of exchange. Any problem? Who's the holder of the bill? Who's the holder of the bill? Don. Don then endorsed this bill. Don then endorsed this bill to Bob. Bill endorsed. Is the bill accepted, then endorsed, or directly endorsed? Directly endorsed. Got it, not got it. Where did they mention that between Don and Bob there's a BP accepted and then against it we gave a endorsement of bill like that? They have mentioned the language here. No, it's a direct endorsement. Got it, not got it. The last question which we did in the last class, what is the language? The bill accepted was discharged by endorsement. That was the language. So be careful with the language. The entire journey of CA, where you can go wrong, apart from concepts, the understanding of the question. Language, if it's not got in the correct spirit, you'll get screwed. So language is very, very important. So here the bill is directly endorsed to Bob. On the date of maturity, what happened? Bill was dishonored. Bill was dishonored. Got it, not got it. Then what will Bob do? Bob will give that bill back to Don and recover money. How much money is getting recovered? How much money is getting recovered? 1,000 rupees are getting recovered. And for the balance amount, a new bill of exchange is got executed between Don and Bob. Which means Don is saying that, see Bob, see Bob, I have to pay you 3,000 rupees. At the moment, I have only 1,000 rupees. So please accept this 1,000 rupees. And for the balance, please renew the bill. Cancel the old bill. Bill endorsed. No, you cancel it and you accept a new bill for a credit period. For a credit period of additional, where? 3 months. At interest rate of 10% per annum. Got it, not got it? I'm coming. Noting charges, same procedure. How we recover, we'll recover it. Shiriya. Now, then what happened? Till this, are you clear? Till this, are we clear? Now I'll go to the last line. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance at 2 months plus interest. What is happening here? Don accepts from Ray. If you study like this, Apnina, you will feel Don is accepting. Now the question will come to your mind is, why is Don accepting? When Don is a seller, he should issue bill Apnina. Why is he accepting? He is not accepting. Ninga paadi padichinga, fulla padinga. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance. Oh my God. Which means what? Another bill was executed. In the bill, dishonor actually, it got cancelled, no? So we are issuing another bill of exchange, which Ray has accepted. So whatever bill he has accepted, no, that bill he'll give it back to us. He will send it to us, no. That bill we have accepted. So accepted bill of exchange, we accepted. Accepted and another receive panniyachanu artham. That is what they're trying to say here. But they use this language on purpose to make you confused. Don accept அப்படின்னா நீங்க என்ன டிசைட் பண்ணீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைன்ல? ஓ டான் வந்து செல்லருங்கற முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்க. No, why is Don accepting? Like that you will be confused. So you have to read the full sentence. Don't read 2 words and conclude. Read the entire sentence. What the sentence is trying to say? This sentence is saying that Don is accepting Ray's acceptance of bill of exchange. So whatever acceptance is given by Ray, that we are accepting it. Got it, not got it? In every question we do that only, no? Seller will always accept the acceptance of buyer. Got it, not got it? Clear or not clear? So this is second bill of exchange, BR2, executed between Don and Ray. Got it, not got it? Now, between Bob and Don is again renewal of bill. Between Don and Ray, again it is renewal of bill. Both the places we have interest coming into picture. Both the places we have interest coming into picture. Okay, not okay? Now, what transaction are we supposed to capture? Sale pan entry venuma vanda. So this point or this question is not talking about the sale transaction between Don and Ray. So this is not required. Is acceptance of bill of exchange required? Not required. Is endorsement entry required? Not required. Because this question talks about what? First point they're talking about dishonorment of the bill. Apart from dishonorment, we have to show. So can I show the bill dishonorment entry? Yes. Upon bill cancellation entry should come. Then what should come? Between Bob and Don, there is some payment happening, some bill happening. That entry should come. Between Don and Ray, again, some transactions happening for renewal of bill. That should come. That only should come. The initial part is not required. But I will do it from the beginning because I want to give a complete flow. Am I loud and clear? So the one I'm writing now, the 3 entries are not required to be written in the examination. So let's do one by one. First entry is goods sold by Don to Ray. The entry is asked in whose books? Don. In the books of Don. So please tell me, on the date of sale, what is the entry for Don? Nobody is opening the mouth and responding. Ray account debit to sale. Any problem here? Online people, any problem here? Online people, any problem so far?
No, sir.
Next, on date of acceptance of bill, what is entry? Very good. Bills receivable account debit to Ray, 3,000, 3,000. So Ray account is opened here and closed here. Then third entry on the date of endorsement. On date of endorsement, same day basically. We are giving this bill to creditor. With that, liability towards creditor is over. Creditor liability create pannona credit, close pannona debit. So Bob. Creditor name is Bob. So Bob account debit 3,000 to bills receivable 3,000. Any problem? Now bills receivable account is opened here and closed here. Bob ledger got opened at the time of credit purchase and got closed now at the time of endorsement of the bill. Any problem so far? No. None of this entry will write in the exam and come because all these are entries to be done in the mind. Now what is happening? Bob, the creditor of Don, was holding the bill. On the maturity, he presented the bill to Ray, which got dishonored. So now bill dishonorment entry has to be passed. Plus, to be on safer side, what Bob did? Bob took the notary public along with him and got all the facts of dishonorment noted. So for this, he paid how much to the notary public? 40. So this 40 rupees, Bob will recover from Don and Don will recover from Ray. Got it? Not got it? Okay. Now please tell me people, in case of endorsement, if the bill is dishonored, what will happen? What will happen? Creditor is recreated. Debtor also is recreated. Got it? Not got it? In the event of endorsement and subsequently bill being dishonored, what will happen? Both the debtor and the creditor has to be reopened. Got it? Not got it? As long as bill is concerned, bill account is already opened and closed. So BR account thirupi edume varadu. Purinjada? So the creditor what you have closed, you have to reopen, and the debtor what you have closed, you have to reopen. So can you please tell me the reopening entry? Very good. Ray is debtor. To reopen asset, you have to give a debit. So Ray account debit. 2. Bob is creditor. To reopen creditor liability, you have to give a credit to Bob. How much? 3,000 is the bill value plus 40 rupees. Noting charges. So 3040. Okay, not okay. Online people. So far comfortable? Let's cross check whether the answer is matching or not matching. Ray to Bob. 3040. Okay. Next, what is happening, people? Next, what is happening? We'll go in the sequence of the question. Question says what? After this, Bob is accepting 1,000 rupees as cash. And for the balance amount, we have to execute a new bill for 3 months at the interest rate of 10%. So this is renewal of bill. Okay, not okay. Now, first, always I told you, before you pass any payment entry, receipt entry, what you do? Always pass the interest due entry. So here, Don will have to pay interest to Bob or receive interest from Bob. Since we are doing delayed payment, we have to pay interest. Maturity date la the paisa kuduthirukano. Ana kudukala. You've not paid the money. Which means, from there, we have asked a further credit period of 3 months. So for that, we have to pay interest. So interest due entry. What is the interest due entry? Interest due to be paid entry. Interest is expenditure, debit all expenses and losses. So interest expenditure account debit. This to whom should we pay? To Bob. To Bob we have to pay. How much? So 3040 is total liability. In that to Bob, we already paid 1000. So we are creating a new bill for what value? 2040. Correct? Aதாவது the liability which I'm yet to settle, which I'll settle after 3 months, is what value? 2040. For this, what is the interest rate? 10%. And what is the period? 3 months. So into 10% into 3 by 12. How much it is? Sorry? Per annum is not given. Now listen to me very carefully. Here, the word per annum is not given. Now, it's a printing mistake. It's a printing mistake. This question, when I started doing 6 years ago, like how you thought, so since 10% is given, per annum is not given, into 3 by 12, I'll not do. So I also did the same thing 6 years ago or 5 years ago, whenever this question came in. To my surprise, the answer was into 3 by 12, which means what? Actually, this is per annum. These people have forgot to print per annum. It's an error by the ICI. Even if you take the answer and see, the answer will match. 51 only is coming. So how did they get 51? How did they get 51? 2040 into 10% into 3 by 12. Only if it will get 51. So this is a printing mistake. However, if you come to practical question 2, which I gave you as homework, here 5% alone is given. Per annum is not given. Inge pathina correct 5% they have multiplied with 5 vertical amount and they have not multiplied by period. So here 5% மட்டும் எடுத்திருக்காங்க இல்லையா, இங்க கரெக்ட்டா கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. They have done it correctly here. But here it's a printing mistake by ICI. Here the word per annum should have come. Got it? Not got it? In exam, this should not happen, is what we pray to God. I will also pray to God for you. Okay? Whenever such question comes, it should be a clean question to be come. புரிஞ்சுதா? இது வந்து கண்டிப்பா mistake தான். Got it? Not got it? But here in the practical question 2, 5% what they've given is perfect. Without per annum அப்படின்னா number of months should not be multiplied. And without multiplying only we'll get the answer for practical question 2. ஆனா 3ல அவங்க mistake பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So please make a note that 10% put an what you called arrow mark and write per annum there. Put an arrow mark and write per annum there. So 51. Got it? Not got it? Now, how much are we making the payment to Bob? How much payment are we making to Bob at the date of renewal of bill? 1000 rupees. So what is the entry when you make the payment to creditor? What is the journal entry when you make the payment to creditor? Bob account debit to bank. Bank or cash? Cash is paid. So 2 cash will come. I'm so sorry. 2 cash. How much? 1000 rupees, 1000 rupees. And for the balance, we are executing a bill. So what is bill execution entry? Bob account debit to bills payable. How much? 2040. Okay, not okay. No? Sorry. Including interest nevla ache. Be careful. 2040 plus 51. So 2091. Be careful. Like this, silly mistake should not happen abdina. What you can do is you can do the calculation. Okay, I have to pay him how much? 3040 plus 51 minus 1000 rupees. So balance is how much? 2091. If you're able to remember the calculation mentally, no problem. But if you feel that no, I'll make mistakes abdina, put it in writing. In writing, if you put, there is no chances of silly mistakes. Got it? Not got it? Hell no. Okay. Now, this entry they have recorded separately. Am I right? But in the answer, these 3 entries they have combined. So can we do combined entry? Okay. Now, let me first talk about interest. Interest, can I say it's a standalone account? There is no debit. There's no corresponding credit to it. Only one debit item. So if I combine it, what is entry going to be? Interest expenditure account debit 51. Any problem? No problem. Let me next talk about Bob. Bob in credit totally how much it is there? Here 51. In this entry only 51 is there, Bob? Okay. Whereas in debit how much it is there? Bob 1000 here and Bob 2091 here. Correct? So debit is more than credit. Debit is more than credit. So 1000 plus 2091, how much it is? 3091. From that, if I minus credit 51 up now, what is the balance? 3040. The balance is debit or credit? Debit adhigama irundha, if debit is more than credit, the balance is debit balance. If debit is more than credit, the balance is debit balance. If credit card total is more than debit, then the balance is credit balance. Here, Bob oda endha total adhigama irukku. Debit adhigama irukku. So from debit, if you minus a small credit, the balance is going to be debit balance only. So debit balance how much? Bob account debit how much? 3040. Okay, not okay. Okay. Then cash. 2 cash how much? 1000. Only one cash is there. Do you have any other cash in credit or any cash in debit? No. So take it as it is. 2 cash. How much? 1000. Then 2 bills payable. 2 bills payable. Any other bills payable in debit? No. So 2 bills payable, copy paste as it is. 2 bills payable, copy paste as it is. 2091. Any problem? Online people, any problem? Can you cross check whether it is matching or not matching? Bob 3040, interest 51, 2 cash 1000, 2 bills payable 2091. Touch your heart and tell me, as a teacher, how the hell can I teach this entry directly? How do I explain as a teacher? How do I explain that this entry has got 3 emotions? How do I explain? If I cry, laugh, one more emotion is what? Cry, laugh. Where an emotion really? Angry. All the 3, if I show one shot, edha puriyuma? Puriyadu. So to understand emotion better, all the emotion has to be displayed separately. That is what I did. I displayed all the entries separately. First, eppadi varum, enna varum. Then now I am teaching how to combine it. Got it, not got it. Now what does it mean? What does it mean? The total money that we owe to Bob is so much. 3040 plus 51. This much money we owe to him. Mottham evlo pay panna avanukku? 3091. In that, 1000 is paid in form of cash. Balance 2091, we are executing a new bill. Idan crux. சொல்றது ஈஸியா இருக்கு, but to remember it and execute it, it is difficult. Got it, not got it? We have to pay interest 51 to Bob. With that, we have to pay 3040 bill value noting charge also to Bob. Totally to Bob, how much should I pay? 3091. In that, 1000 is paid in form of cash and 2091 ka new bill is executed. My humble request in exam, if you're trying to combine the entry, first do the separate entry, then do combination. It may take some 3 minutes, 4 minutes extra, but it'll be worth it, is what my point is. It'll be worth it. But at home, you're doing a lot of practice. You've become a pro. Sir, this entry directly I'm able to do it, sir. Can I do it? 100% yes. That's first preference. Practice so much at home right now in next 7 months that without the necessity of these 3 entries, directly you should be able to do it. Purinjada? Now the question that comes is, sir, when are we supposed to do single entries and then when are we supposed to do combined entries? Now, whenever you get questions like this, in the mari question la pala sub questions are there. How many sub questions are there here? 4 sub questions. So in this case, you have to write limited journal entries. You cannot write multiple journal entries. Purida. So in such cases, entry should be combined and written. Appo where I should write the individual entries? Ipo sila time pathina they'll ask individual questions. Single question, one single question. Like this. One single question. Seller sold the goods to buyer on this date, then bill was executed, then it was endorsed, then it was dishonored, then new bill was executed. One full-fledged single question comes now. Single question, one question now. Appo, for that, you write separate entry because each entry will carry mark. So there you don't combine. There you write it separately because each journal entry will carry mark. Over step there is a mark. Got it? But when you get combined question, always it is better to write combined journal entries. Got it? Not got it? This is combined question. No, this one question is combining how many questions? 4 sub questions. So in combined question, combined entries. Separate question, separate entries. Okay. Now, coming back. 4 entries over. These are the entries between whom? Don and Bob. Now between Don and Ray, what is happening? Don gave a new bills receivable to which Ray accepted, got it, not got it at a further interest rate. Now, when you cancelled the bill, you already created Ray asset for 3040. புரிஞ்சுதா? இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? அவன் பில் கொடுக்குறீங்களா, அவனுக்கு பில் கொடுக்குறீங்களா, that bill has to be accepted. When the bill is accepted, this Ray will be cancelled and BR will be created. Got it, not got it. But before that, interest due entry also has to be passed. So now treat this as two separate situations. Just 1 second. Wait, 1 second. Okay, I'll do this part separately, then that part separately. 1 second. Best, I'll take this out. In entry in the baka pota the problem on, okay? This entry if I split like this, any problem? So what is this entry? What is this entry? Cancellation of bill, where the debtor got recreated, creditor got recreated. Now here I'm splitting this into one part. In this one part, we are capturing the journal entries that is happening between Don and Bob. Enna pannom? Interest due entry, then payment entry, then what? Bill creation entry. Now same 3 steps I'll repeat this side. Now this side the transaction is between Don versus Ray. This was between Don versus Bob. உனக்கு ஒட்டுக்கா எழுதுனா கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகுதா? நான் பிரிச்சு எழுதிட்டேன். Same step, copy paste. So now what is the same entry? Interest due entry. But here, is Don going to receive interest or pay interest? Receive interest. It is my income. So to interest income. Have you received it? No, I will receive in future. From whom? Ray. So create Ray account debit. Because Ray is asset. Anything that I receive in future is asset. To create asset, I have to give a debit. Calculation please. 3040 is the total amount to be received from Ray. Am I right? In this, did Ray pay any money right now? Did Ray pay money any money right now? No. Upon a full amount new bill. So for that full amount multiplied by how much percentage? 10% per annum. For what period? 2 months. So into 10% into 2 by 12. 2 by 12. How much is the interest please? 50.66. What have they done? 50.66 எப்படி வரும்? 12% they took. So what has happened is actually இங்க 12% இருந்திருக்கு. இவங்க வந்து என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா 10% மாத்திட்டாங்க. இதுல ஆன்சர்ல மாத்தாம விட்டாங்க. Because this is the answer of last year. I remember. So now what you will do? You will change this as 12%. Got it? Here it's a mistake. So correct it, make it as 12%. Please make it as 12%. This is PDF of last year. See, how much a year? 12%. This is the PDF of last year. So what they have done is in the current year, அவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா they made this into 10%, but answer they did not change. So please correct it. This is not 10%, it is 12% per annum. Now, if I multiply 20% per annum, please tell me what is the interest? 60.8. No, we'll round it off to 61. Please round off to 61. In 90% cases, ICI follows round off. 10% cases, ICI will not do round off. So as a student, what am I supposed to do? I'll go with the majority. So majority time what they do? Round off. So here also we'll follow round off. So 60.8 apdina, round off to the next nearest one digit, which is 61. Okay, not okay. So from Ray, I have supposed to collect 3040 for the product price, noting charges. Now how much further? Interest of 61 rupees. In total, how much should I collect from Ray? How much in total? 3101 or 4000? Now some Jain.S fellow, 3040 plus 61 is equal to 4001 அப்படின்னு போடுவாங்க. முடிஞ்சது, போச்சு. So it is 3101. For that a bill is executed. What is a bill? What is a journal entry? Ray வந்து டெபிட்ல இருக்கான். Cancel. To cancel him, give a credit. To Ray 3101. Am I right? And debit what? Bills receivable to account debit 3101. Any problem? What have they done? These two entries, they have combined it. Can you please tell me the combined entry? Combined entry. Ray debit 61, Ray debit 61, and Ray credit 3101. So which is more? Credit more. Appa difference varudhu enga povum? 2 Ray credit la povum. So 2 Ray, how much is the difference? 3040. Okay. 2 interest income as it is will come. 2 interest income, how much? 61. And BR will come in debit. Bills receivable account debit 3101. So the new bill that is executed, what is the breakup of that? 61 rupees I have to receive in form of interest income, and 3040 I have to receive in form of product value and noting charges. So in the amount future la varano liya, idoda breakup என்னங்கிறத கிரெடிட்ல கொடுத்திருக்கான். So this entry is what they passed here. BR account debit 3101, 3101. 2 Ray 3040, 2 interest 61. Okay va? Any problem so far? Online people, any problem so far? So these kind of questions, people, at least 4 to 5 times minimum you have to practice before the foundation exam, before the main exam. You practice it. I'm telling you, if such kind of similar question comes, you will know how to tackle it. You will know how to tackle it. Sherry, in the game over, can I go to the next part? It says that James owes Don 3200. James is owing Don. Why does James owe to Don? Because James has purchased goods from Don. ஒரு பொருள் வாங்க நான் காசு கொடுக்கணும் தானே, கொடுக்காத வரைக்கும் I owe him, right? So James is buyer, Don is seller. Okay va? Now come on, he sends Don's own acceptance in favor of Ralph for 3160 in full settlement. He na who here? James sends Don's own acceptance. Apana Don has given some acceptance in favor of Ralph. That Ralph is endorsed to Don. Sorry, Ralph is endorsed to James, and James has given that back to Don. So my own bill is come to me. Sir, rombo kashtam sir. Okay, no problem. We'll do it here. See now, this is the diagram. See. Don. Who's Don? He has sold goods to James. So he's a seller of James. At the same time, Don has purchased from Ralph. Now, Don has sold goods to... One second, I'll just convert this into PDF. It will become my easy thing. One second. Okay, now better. Don sold goods on credit to James. Along with that, he has sent bill of exchange. Who has accepted it? James. Don's acceptance... Wait. I'm telling ulta. Okay, right. Sorry. Correct only. Don has sold goods to James. So who is James? Customer. John is seller. Now he has accepted the bill and given to whom? Don. So at the moment, who's the holder of the bill? Who is the holder of the bill? Online people. Who is the holder of the bill? Don gave the acceptance to Ralph as bills payable. Don gave the acceptance to Ralph, which means what? In a parallel world, Don has purchased goods from Ralph. Don has purchased from Ralph. Now, between Don and Ralph, there's a separate bill of exchange executed. 1 second. Who said between Don and James bill is executed? I only said wait. Nowhere in the question they have told that between Don and James there's a bill of exchange executed. Have they told? No. What has happened? Don has sold goods to James. Is it clear, Arka? Okay. That's all. There's no bill between Don and James. Listen to me very carefully. In a parallel world, there's a transaction happening between Don and Ralph. Means what? Don has purchased goods from Ralph, and along with that, Ralph has sent a bill of exchange, which Don has accepted. Got it? Not got it? So who has given acceptance to the bill? Don has given the acceptance of the bill issued by Ralph. Okay, not okay? This is what here they're trying to say. James sends Don's acceptance in favor of Ralph. So first I have to make a clear thing in your mind that Don has given acceptance in favor of Ralph. Why? Because Don has purchased from Ralph. He's got a bill from Ralph, which he has given in favor of, accepted in favor of Ralph. Purinjada? In the point telivarka. Is this clear? Now what has happened is, who is the holder of the bill? At this moment, who's the holder of the bill? Ralph is the holder of the bill. Now, this bill which is accepted by Don, James owes Don, solran liya. He sends to Don. Apna, who's sending this to Don? James is giving it to Don. Apana, in the bill, how did it come in hands of? How did it come in hands of James? How did it come in hands of James? So that, yes. Now what happened is, between Ralph and James, there is a transaction happening. What transaction? We don't know. So, Ralph has endorsed this bill to James. Which bill? That bill which is accepted by Don. Which means what? Ralph has purchased from James. So, who has to make the payment? Ralph has to make the payment. So, instead of making the payment, whatever the bill we got, that bill is endorsed to James. So, at this moment, who's the holder of the bill? James is the holder of the bill. I'm telling you the complete history. History theriyala appadina, then you cannot do the transaction. Now James is the holder of the bill. Now James is endorsing this bill to whom? Don. Why? Because between Don and James there is a sale transaction. So Don has sold goods to James Ilya. So Don needs money. Don needs money from whom? James. So James, instead of giving money, what is he giving? The bill what he got endorsed from Ralph is giving it to whom? Don. So Don had his own bill. It is come back to Don itself. Got it? Not got it? Clear or not clear? Everybody, next level question, no? Yes. Now, come back. Let's read the question one more time. Now you'll understand. History purinjada. To understand this question is not easy. You have to again connect the dots. Lot of information is missing in the question. You have to make assumption, and based on that, we have to decide. Assumption na chuma assumption illa. It's all logical assumption. Now, for example, sir, how do you know that between Don and James there is a transaction? Because they said, no, James is owing money to Don. Apana transaction is there. Sir, how do you know between Don and Ralph there is a transaction? Because they're telling, no, Don is given acceptance in favor of Ralph. Sir, how do you know between Ralph and James there is a transaction? Actual bill is with Ralph. James how did it go to James? Because he endorsed it. Why did he endorse? Because between Ralph and James there is a transaction. So there are a lot of dots. You just have to connect the dots. So listen to very carefully. One more time I'm telling. Listen now. Listen. Those who are having still confused puppy faces, listen to me. Don, Ralph had a transaction between themselves. Purida. Don purchased goods from Ralph. He has to make the payment. He said, I will not make the payment. Instead, a bill of exchange sent pannunga. I will accept it and give it. So Ralph has prepared the bill of exchange and gave it to Don. Don accepted the bill and gave it back to Ralph. So Don gave acceptance to Ralph as bills payable. So in my books of accounts, it is bills payable. In books of account of Ralph, it is bills receivable. Got it, not got it. At this moment, who should be the holder of the bill? Ralph should be the holder of the bill. Then what happened is this bill went to James. Why? Because the question says that James sends Don's acceptance in favor of Ralph. அப்போ ஜேம்ஸ் கையில வந்து அந்த பில் எப்படி வந்தது? It was with Ralph only, no? How did it come to James? Because between Ralph and James, there's a purchase transaction. Who's the buyer? Between them, Ralph is the buyer. Who's the seller? James is the seller. So James' soul goes to buyer. So obviously James will ask money, no? So what did Ralph do? Ralph endorsed the bill. Endorsed the bill to whom? James. Don's accepted BR is endorsed to James. Don's BR is endorsed to James. Got it, not got it. So at this moment, who's the holder of the bill? James is holder of the bill. Now James has purchased goods from Don. Or you can say Don has sold goods to James. So James has to make the payment, no? So James, how did he make the payment? By endorsing. So one more time endorsement is happening. This bill, which was accepted by Don, it came back to whom? Don itself. So Don has to pay money to his own self. Got it, not got it. So in the books of Don, there is one BP towards Ralph. In books of Don, there is one BR which he has to receive from James. So own asset, own liability. These both will get cancelled at the end. Yes, boss. Oh, hello. Who said between James and Don, if there should be a BR, a new bill only has to be executed? Endorsement also is a bill only, no, boss? Endorsement also is bills receivable for somebody. No, we'll do entry. That time we'll understand. We'll do the entries. Let's do the entries one by one. Now, first entry. Hello. Diagram தெளிவா இருக்கா? First, what did I say? Between Don and Ralph, there is a purchase. Okay, va? Purchase entry பண்ணலாமா? Purchase to Ralph 3160 3160. Diagram you want to do? Do the diagram. Do the diagram. Fast. Please do the diagram. Don purchased from Ralph plus gave acceptance. Ralph purchased from James plus endorsed BR, which is accepted by Don to James. Don's BR is endorsed to James. James purchased from Don. And how did we make the payment? Don's BR is re-endorsed to Don. James has re-endorsed Don's bill to Don itself. Any problem so far? Okay, wow. Now, for this part, can we do the journal entry? Don purchased from Ralph. What is entry? purchase account debit to Ralph 3160. Why 3160? Because Don has given acceptance to Ralph in favor of Ralph for 3160. So between Don and Ralph, the transaction worth was how much? 3160. Okay, not okay. Now, Ralph has executed a bill in favor of Don, which Don has accepted. Don gave the acceptance of acceptance of the bill to the Ralph. So what is the bill of exchange execution entry? Ralph to bills payable 3160. Any problem? Online people, any problem? No problem. Then what is happening? Between Ralph and James, there is some transaction. Will I record that in the books of accounts of Don? No. Apana, inga rent entry enna panno? You have to keep in mind. So between Ralph and James, there is a purchase entry. And for that purpose, they have endorsed the bill to James. So now, after this transaction, who's the holder of the bill? James is the holder of the bill. James is the holder of bill. After the transaction between Ralph and James, which both of them will record in their books of accounts, who's become the holder of the bill now? James has become the holder of the bill. Okay, either I will not record. Now, next what happened? James purchased from Don. Apana, Don vandu has sold it. We are recording books of Don. James the purchase. For James it is purchase. For Don it is sale. So what is the sale entry? James account debit to sale. Now what is the worth for? James owes Don how much? 3,200. So between them, the transaction is worth 3,200. Got it, not got it? The sale transaction is worth 3,200. The bill what is settled is worth how much? 3,160. Got it, not got it? Don has sold goods to James for how much? 3,200. So what will be the sale entry for? James to sales 3,200, 3,200. Okay, not okay? Got it, not got it? Now, between them, there is a... Now here, there will be one confusion. You have to be very careful. ஒன்னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, this entry will not come. If you're not passing this entry அப்படின்னா, then what happens? The debtor is closed how? By endorsing the bill to... Now, இது வரைக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதா? Credit sale okay வா? Now, BR to James should be pass or not pass? Between... Others, my question to all of you, between James and Don, should this acceptance of bill entry should come or not come? My question is, Don has sold goods to James, correct? Credit sale entry came, yes or no? What is the entry? James to sales. Generally, when a bill is accepted, you write an entry BR to James. BR to James entry should come or not come? BR to James entry should come or not come? Think and respond. James has re-endorsed bill to Don. For endorsement, what entry will come? For endorsement, what entry will come? For endorsement, what entry is supposed to come? Okay, then think about it. No, think about it. James is giving the bill. I'm getting bill at hand. Correct? No. My simple question is, James வந்து இந்த bill endorse பண்ணா Don கையில என்ன வருது? BR is coming. Who said this BR should come only when we accept it? Endorsement வர bill தானப்பா. The bill which is coming in endorsement, ultimately the bill which is coming in endorsement, that is also bill only, no? Will this bill say, no, since you have not accepted, I am not bill. Who am I then? இந்த bill யார் அப்புறம்? இது எங்க அக்கவுண்ட் பண்ண மாட்டீங்களா? காசு வந்து அக்கவுண்ட் பண்றீங்க? அப்புறம் ஜேம்ஸ் கொடுத்த பில் வந்தா அக்செப்ட் பண்ண மாட்டீங்களா? Don has got bill in hand. That is bills receivable. Who gave this? James. So you have to pass this entry, boss. Bills receivable account debit to James. 3,200, 3,200. Got it, not got it. So what you have assumed so far is that only if James has accepted a fresh bill in favor of Don அப்படின்னா அப்போதான் இந்த entry வரும் நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. அப்ப endorsed bill if I give it அப்படின்னா then the BR entry will not come. That also will come. Because ultimately, Don has got asset in hand. And asset parent BR. Ab BR card no books of accounts. La. In the balance sheet, I have to show BR no boss. Got it, not got it. Oh. So far, any problem? Now, after this, if I just put a balance sheet, if I open a balance sheet, on the asset side, I have BR 3,200. On the liability side, I have BP 3160. Yes or no? BP 3160. Yes or no? Ralph account is opened here and closed here. So Ralph onnume kediyadu. There's no Ralph balance. James account is opened here and closed here. Ultimately, which all account is open? Ultimately, which all account is open? Purchase is there, we'll go to trading account. Sale is there, we'll go to trading account. So leave this. This will go to trading account. What are you left with? You are left with bills payable and bills receivable. BP means what? Don has to pay. Don has to pay whom? Holder of bill. This bill who's holding? Who's holding? Don is holder of bill. Upon a Don has to pay to Don himself. Got it, not got it? Which one? You're talking about answer. One second, wait, we'll come back. I'll see what is there in that last year's. They've cancelled James. This is not right actually. So what they have done is, this entry they've not. Okay, let me complete my part. Can I come back? Okay. Now, I have to pay to my own self. I have to pay to my own self. Yes or no? So what we'll do, this BR and this BP has to be cancelled against each other. BR and BP has to be cancelled against each other. So now, BP is currently in liability at having credit balance. So BP account debit 3160. Okay, not okay. And BR has to be cancelled. BR is asset. To create asset, you give a debit. To cancel asset, give a credit. Now, here, between 40 rupees, what you're getting is called as discount allowed. Discount allowed. Discount allowed is a gain or loss? Gain or loss? Loss. Now, listen to very carefully. From James, how much money are you supposed to receive? 3,200. But he gave you how much? 3160 ka bill. So, how much money is not paid? 40. That is your loss. Discount allowed is a loss. Got it, not got it. So, here, discount allowed is coming, debit 40. This is correct. Now, why BR entry should come is because even if the bill is endorsed aptina, that is a bill only, no? Imagine this was 31st March aptina, 31st March aptina, 31st March and BR kaila vandirka. So should I show bill or not? Technically, I have to show the bill. We have done a similar question where? We have done a similar question in the morning also. Where BR when was knocked off against BP. When BR was knocked off against BP. Technically, this should come. But what they have done here is that this BR to James entry is not done. So I'll just do on the board, whiteboard, what they have done. Just listen to me. What is the purchase entry between Ralph and Don? Purchase account debit 3160 to Ralph. How much? 3160. Between them, there's a bill exchange. What is a bill exchange? Entry. Fast. Tell fast. Ralph account debit to bills payable 3160. Now, Ralph account is opened here and closed here. Third entry. Between James and Don, there is a sale. What is the entry? James account debit to sales. James account debit to sale. Now, here the sale is worth 3,200. 3,200. Now, what they're telling is that I have to receive money from James. How is James settling it? Against bill. So, I'm a bill create panna this entry they have passed. James in debit is there. No, I'm cancelling it. How much? To James. How much? 3,200. And BP also is knocked off. BP in credit is knocked off against BP in debit. How much? 3,160. What is debit? Discount allowed account debit. How much? 40. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? நீங்க வந்து ஜேம்ஸ் வந்து you cancelled against BP. What does it mean? Correct. So அதுக்கு வந்து bills of exchange ஒரு document வந்திருக்கா? Is there a transaction or not? Endorsement of a bill is a transaction. Do you agree that? Endorsement of bill is a transaction. அதாவது ஒரு bill execute பண்ணும்போது the entry what you passes Ralph to BP. What is the purpose here? Bill accepted. For bill accepted when you're passing the journal entry, for bill endorsed will not pass the entry. இப்போ ஒன்று சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன். I'll just ask you one question. Don, James, I'm just twisting a question. Okay, va? Or let me put a new name in order not to confuse you. A, B, C. B has sold goods. B has sold goods for 3,200 to C. Along with that bill of exchange sent. C has accepted the bill. Correct? B has purchased from A, and this bill is endorsed to A. Bill is endorsed to A. Okay, not okay. Now in books of A, what entry will come? In books of A, what entry should come? A has sold goods to B. Appa B purchase panirpa. I'm telling you, A is nothing but creditor of B. So which means A has sold goods to B, or you can say B has purchased from A. In books of A, what entry will you pass? A has sold goods to B. What is the sale entry? Debtor to sale. B account debit to sales. How much? 3,200. Same amount. Let's go. Same amount. Now B has to make the payment. No, he's telling that you please accept the accept the bill endorsed. So the bill what I have, which is acceptance of C, and the bill I endorse பண்றேன்றான். So when B is endorsing the bill to A அப்படினா, what entry will A pass? அப்ப இங்க மட்டும் bills receivable சொல்றீங்க? Now A has got endorsed bill only, no? So when the bill is endorsed by B to A is receiving bill. Which bill? Is it accepted bill or endorsed bill? It is endorsed bill. What entry you pass? Bills receivable account debit to B, 3,200. Here accepting bills receivable to B should come. But here when I'm saying people are not accepting it. Is the logic clear or not clear? Everything what they do is not right. நீ இதுக்கே இவ்வளவு ஃபீல் பண்ண எப்படி? இன்னும் இன்டர் இருக்கு, ஃபைனல் இருக்கு. மஜா ஆறானா? So I'm telling you what we did on the whiteboard is correct. So what we'll do is we'll not pass this entry. When the bill is endorsed, it is as good as acceptance of bill only. So here entry should come what? BR account debit to James. How much? 3,200, 3,200. Now if I open balance sheet, there's a bills receivable of 3,200. There's a bill payable of 3,160. Whom should I pay this? To my own self. நான் எனக்கே காசு கொடுப்பேனா? Oh, my pocket, take 3,160. Oh, pocket, go to this pocket. இதுக்கு நான் என்ட்ரி வேற போடணும். என் பாக்கெட்டுக்குள்ள நான் பணம் ரொட்டேட் பண்ணதுக்கு என்ட்ரி வேற போடணும். எனக்கு பொழப்பில்லை வேற எனக்கு. So what we'll do? We'll cancel the liability against asset. So what is the cancellation entry? BR is asset having debit balance. To cancel it, give a credit. So to BR 3,200. BP is liability having credit balance. Creation credit. Closure debit. So BP account debit. How much? 3,160. Difference is what? 40. Discount allowed. ஏன்னா நான் வித்த பொருள் 3,200. ஆனா வாங்கின பில் எவ்வளோ? 3,160. எவ்வளோ கம்மியா வாங்கியிருக்கேன்? 40 ரூபா கம்மியா வாங்கியிருக்கேன். 40 rupees less I have received. So that is discount allowed. This is the beautiful right entry. Okay, not okay. Now out of how many transactions, how many is over? 2 is over. Okay. 3 keep it pending. I'll go to 4 because 4 has got connection with 1. In 1 who is there? Bob is there, Ray is there, Don is there. புரிஞ்சுதா? First entry ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? What happened in the first entry? Do you remember? Can you please tell me what happened in the first scenario? Don sold goods to Ray. Ray accepted the bill and gave to Don. Yes or no? What did Don do? Don endorsed this bill to Bob. Then what happened? When Bob presented the bill to the Ray, it got dishonored. Then what Bob did? Bob threw the bill on his face and collected 1,000 rupees and balance amount a bill was drawn with the interest. Correct? Between Don and Ray, another BR2 was executed for the sale amount. Okay, va? Ida. Now what has happened is 1, 2 over, keep 3 pending. Okay. Fourth, they say that raise acceptance in favor of Don. Raise acceptance in favor of Don. அப்படின்னு என்னது? Raise acceptance in favor of Don. Raise acceptance of BR2 in favor of Don. இப்ப புரிஞ்சுதா? நம்ம என்ட்ரி எங்க விட்டுருந்தோம் லாஸ்டா? Bills receivable account debit 3101 2 Ray 3101 இது விட்டுருக்கோமா? இந்த பில் பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கான். He is talking about that bill. Raise acceptance in favor of Don. Raise acceptance of BR2 in favor of Don. Retired 1 month before the due date. Interest is 6% per annum. Apana, what happened? This bill is retired under rebate. The BR2 is retired under rebate. BR2 oda credit period was how much? 2 months. 2 months further credit period was given. But he retired 1 month before itself. So what is a retirement ka journal entry? Retirement ka journal entry. On retirement, we receive money. We will receive money. Bank account debit. Correct? Since we are receiving money at the early payment, we have to allow a discount. Discount allowed or rebate allowed. It's a cash discount. To BR2. So BR is worth how much? 3101. How much discount we'll calculate now? 3101 into 6% into 1 by 12. 3101 into 6% into 1 by 12. Okay, not okay. 3101 into 6% per annum into 1 by 12. You will get 15 point something, round off to 16. So out of 3101, we are giving him a discount of 16 rupees. So balance 3085 only is being collected in your bank account. Got it, not got it. Online people, got it, not got it. I should have done this in the beginning itself, but I forgot. அதாவது 1க்கு அப்புறம் டேட்டா 4 பண்ணி இருந்திருக்கணும். People are saying, ஆமா சார் நீ எக்ஸாம் இப்படி தான் வருமா? ஆர்டர் மாத்தி கேட்கல, நடுவில் 2 டிரான்சாக்ஷன் போட்டு கேட்கல. Too much of expectation you guys have. Anyways, போனா போச்சு பாவம் சொல்லிட்டு சரி நடுவில் ஒரு டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பண்ணி வரலான்னு பார்த்தேன். நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க? சார் அந்த செகண்டே பண்ணிருக்க கூடாது, டைரக்டா 4 வந்திருக்கணும். எப்படி? When they are giving 2 transactions between to confuse you, to break your rhythm, I also should break your rhythm, na boss. Break you, then make you. Now, third one. With this we are done. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh. Singh is king. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh for 4,500 by endorsing John's acceptance for 4,415 full settlement. Ayyo. One second, let me finish this off. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh. Listen. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh. But Don has given some acceptance in favor of Singh. How did he meet his commitment? By endorsing John's acceptance of 4,450 in full settlement. But what is the relation between Don and Singh? Between Don and Singh, what is the relationship? Don met his acceptance in favor of Singh. Don has given acceptance in favor of Singh appadina. Don is buyer. Hence he gave acceptance. Singh is seller. Okay, va. And how did he make the payment? By endorsing John's acceptance. அப்ப என்கிட்ட John acceptance இருக்கு. Who am I? Don. Don has got John acceptance. அப்ப between Don and John, what relation? Don is seller, John is buyer. So this is the diagram. Kumar hai na? Very good. Now, தெளிவா இருக்கா? Singh, Don, John. Singh sold goods to Don. Appo we can say Don is purchased from Singh. Yes. So Don has to make the payment to Singh. Yes. So between Don and Singh, what is the relationship? Singh is the creator of Don. Don is buyer of Singh. In the relation, okay, va? Is this relation clear? Okay. Don and John, what relation? Don has sold goods to John. Who is Don? Seller of John. Who is John? Buyer of Don. Okay, not okay. Okay. So which transaction took place first? Don sold goods on credit for 4,450 to John. John gave the bill acceptance for 4,450. Any problem? No problem. What is entry? First entry for credit sale. John account debit to sales. 4,450, 4,450. Okay, not okay. Okay. For bill acceptance, what entry? BR account debit to James. 4,450, 4,450. John's or James? John, okay. John. BR to John. Okay, wow. Okay, not okay. Then what happened? Don is purchasing from Singh. What is the purchase entry? Purchase account debit to Singh. How much? 4,500, 4,500. Between Don and Singh, the transaction value is 4,500. Between Don and John, the transaction value is 4,450. Okay, not okay. Now, at this moment, who is the holder of the bill? Don is the holder of the bill. He has endorsed the bill of 4,450. Endorsed BR of 4,450 to Singh. So, what is entry? The moment I endorse the bill, I have a liability towards Singh. So, I'll cancel Singh and create a BP. Yes or no? And Singh will create a BR in his books of accounts. Singh will create a BR in his books of accounts. Okay, not okay. Okay. For Singh, it is BR. For us, it is BP. Sharia. Now, next, what should I do? What are they telling? Others, tell me what is happening. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh for 4,500 by endorsing John's acceptance of 4,450 in full settlement. Between Singh and John, is there any transaction? No. But John, on the mature date, he'll make the presentment of bill to John and receive his money. Got it? Not got it? Now, let's see what is the situation of accounts. John account is opened here and closed. Singh account is opened here and closed. There is one BR and there is one BP. Should we keep them separate or should we combine and knock it off? Why should we knock it off? Others. This BR is what? Money to be recovered from John. This BP is to be paid to Singh. Should Don pass entry in the books of accounts? Yes or no? If yes, why entry should come and what entry should come is my question. This automatically you should feel it, no? But it is not striking for you. But why it is not striking for you? Correct. இப்போ நான் சிம்பிளா கேக்குறேன் you have a BR, okay? Generally BR, when it will be closed? On the maturity date, I will present the bill. Don will present the bill to John. Then against that BR, I'll get money. If on the date of maturity, will I present the bill? No, but that bill is with whom? BR is with whom? Singh. அப்போ நீ BR எப்படி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுவ? இந்த BR என்னைக்குமே புக்ல க்ளோஸே ஆகாது. புரியுதா? Generally what happens? Don is the holder of the bill அப்படின்னா on the date of maturity, Don will give this bill to whom? John. Against the bill, what will I get? Cash. So cash is coming in, BR is going out. Like that BR is closed. இந்த BR நீங்க எப்படி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? How do we close it? Think about it. ரெண்டாவது, in favor of Singh, you have a BP, no? இந்த BP எப்படி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? Singh will present the bill to whom? Singh will present the bill to Don. இல்ல, generally I'm telling, generally between Don and Singh ஒரு புது bill execute ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்னா acceptance ஓட, Singh will present this bill to whom? Don. But is the acceptance given by Don here? No, this is the acceptance of John which is endorsed to Singh. அப்ப Singh will present the bill to whom? John. அப்போ in books of Don there is a BP. Generally that BP, how does it close? Singh will present the bill to Don. So நான் bill வாங்கி liability close பண்ணி pay பண்ணிடுவேன். But here, Singh is not going to give the bill to Don, no boss. Because he is going to give the bill to John. Because John is the acceptor of the bill. அப்ப இந்த bill payable எப்படி close ஆகும்? It will not get closed like that. So you have to close it voluntarily against each other. Got it? Not got it? The concept is very important. You cannot by heart all this. How much will you by heart? So many days, so many questions we did, so many entries we did. But this is a different question. So like that, how many different twisted question can come? அப்ப நீ போடுற over entry, நீ கொடுக்கிற over debit and credit, what does it mean? To the maximum possible extent, if you're not able to think அப்படின்னா, you cannot become a chartered accountant. ஒரு என்ட்ரி கடைசி எப்படி போய் முடியுது அப்படிங்கிறது the hold is there, no பக்கா hold நீ வச்சிருக்கணும். The entry what you're passing today, what implication does it have on the financial statement? That vision you should have on the day when you're passing the journal entry. Got it? Not got it? So the BP will be cancelled against BR. The BP what I'm supposed to pay is 4,500, but the asset what I got is only 4,450. Am I clear? The money that I have to pay is more. Money that I have to receive is less. 4,450 money I have to receive. How much I have to pay? 4,500. In the rendu knock off panna 50 rupees is my discount received. Got it? Not got it? I am settling the liability. 4,500 more liability closed. More liability closed. புரியுதா? இல்லை explain பண்ணுமா? Some people are giving bland face. People are wondering how this is discount received. How this is discount received. Can somebody explain this? Those who said I'm okay. சொல்லுங்க. You're supposed to receive this 4,450. Correct? Are you receiving? No. You're cancelling it. You're supposed to pay 4,500. Are you paying 4,500? No. So imagine like this, no. நான் 4,450 வாங்கியிருக்கேன், ஆனால் 4,500 no. I have to pay 4,500, but how much I'm paying? Only 4,450. அதாவது cash. Imagine this is cash. Cash is going out. How much I'm supposed to pay? Liability 4,500. But how much am I paying? 4,450. How much less you're paying? 50. This is discount received. இப்போ புரிஞ்சதா? Now clear? Okay, not okay? Okay. Very, very unique question. I said no. TS will come. नहीं आया? My God. What? You are choking in between all of you. Didn't come. If you are not choking அப்படின்னா, you hold the concept very nicely. Got it? Not got it? Indeed, this question was very challenging. I mean, this question means the entire question. Practical question 3 was actually very challenging in comparison to all the questions that we've done so far. இது நீங்க சர்வை பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா, இதுக்கு மேல என்ன அடி கொடுத்தாலும் தாங்கிடுவீங்க. எவ்வளவு அடிச்சாலும் தாங்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் வந்துடும். ஓகேவா? எஸ் பாஸ். கரெக்ட். அது கேன்சல் ஆயிடுச்சுல, அந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் கேன்சல் ஆயிடுச்சுல. Now what is telling us, I'll tell what is the doubt is asking. Guys, listen. That Ralph உள்ள கேஸ் இருக்குல்ல, so here Ray has given an acceptance for the amount for 2 months period at an interest of 12%. Am I right? 12% வட்டி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். இதுக்கு என்ன என்ட்ரி போட்டிருக்கோம்? நியூ BR அக்கவுண்ட் டெபிட் 3101 to Ray 3101. இதுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் எவ்வளோ? 61 புக் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. 61 interest is for how many months? 2 months, which is income. 2 months income. Now what has happened is, since this person, what is his name? Ray va? Ray is retiring the bill under rebate. 1 month earlier அவன் pay பண்றான் இல்லையா? So on the 1 month of interest is getting reversed. Interest, once again I'm coming. Interest expenditure is getting reversed. Now interest is booked for 12%, whereas the interest is reversed for 6%. Whose loss it is? Whose loss it is? Reka loss it is. Both have accepted what to do. Are you getting my point? So here, how much is the net interest income? 61 was my income, but since he has given the early payment, I had to give him a 6% discount. So 16 rupees minus ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா 61 minus 16. What is the net interest income? Net interest income is how much? 45. 45 is the net interest income. Got it? Had Ray not done the retirement of bill அப்படின்னா மொத்தம் 61 would have been my interest. Since he's retiring earlier, since he's paying the money 1 month earlier, that 1 month ka interest at 6% we have to provide as expenditure. புரிஞ்சுதா? This 61 is booked as how much? Interest of 2 months at 12%. Okay, not okay. How can you reverse the same amount when the interest rate agreed is different? When they are telling here the interest rate agreed is 6%, why should we reverse in the same? If, for example, the rate was not given here, had they told raise acceptance in favor of Don, retired 1 month before due date, அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தா, then interest would have been assumed at 12%. What interest was recorded as income, அதே வந்து reverse பண்ணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? When you should take 12%. But here when they are specifically telling 6%, why will I reverse at 12%? Sorry? Rebate allowed தான். It is rebate allowed only. Rebate allowed, discount allowed. See, interest income, ultimately P&L impact பாருங்களா. See, this interest income, why do we call interest? Because it is a credit period given, loan given for 2 months. அதுக்கு interest. Since early payment is done, we are getting a discount allowed. P&L net impact என்ன வரும்? 45 தான் வரும். So can you put here interest reversal? Can I put here? No. இது interest where this is a separate interest and this is a separate transaction. This is a separate transaction, that is a separate transaction. That is further loan given for 2 months. This is retiring under rebate. Both are different. So here you will record discount allowed only. You cannot use the word interest reversal. Got it, not got it? Somebody call me online.
Can you zoom out that page so I can see that?
The donkey fellow. What class is this? What class are you asking? This is CA Foundations class going on.
Oh, okay.
12th क्या वो? He's like zoom out करके क्या देखेगा तू? हाँ. Correct. Net impact is 45 only. Net gain of 45. So 61 is income and discount is loss. So net gain is 45 rupees on this entire transaction. वो उसको बोल रहा है कि रिवर्स करना, इंटरेस्ट को रिवर्स करना है क्या करके. दिस इंटरेस्ट इनकम को शुड बी रिवर्स. हाँ वही है, बट रिबेट से रिवर्स कर रहे हैं अपने बस. बस बस यू आर राइट, यू आर राइट. Correct. 12% for 1 month. See guys, shh. What I said is that in this question they have told the retirement of bill is done and rebate of 6%. Hello, rebate is 6%. I am telling you in the interest kudukla appadina, what is the rebate value? So whatever is the interest agreed before for the extended period, that same interest rate I will reverse 12% only for 1 month. पुरिंजदा? हाँ half हो जाएगा because that is for 2 months and this is for 1 month. Yes, clear or not clear? Guys, please ask me if you have any doubts. I am willing to go slow. I have no problem. I can delay my 12th class for even 5-10 minutes. But this is very important. This document, what I've drawn, I'll put anyways in the group. Right? With the diagram, you can make a note of it. No problem. Because I know this is difficult. That's why I put it on the PDF. This I'll share it with you. Either doubt reka. Go through. Do the entire question once by yourself. Not today. Tomorrow morning afresh. First thing in the morning tomorrow when you get up, no? Do this entire practical question 3 once. If you have doubt, bring it to my knowledge. We'll, spend some time on this question one more time and try to go to the next topic afterwards. Okay, va? But if you say everything is clear up, Tina, then I'd like to go to the next topic. Okay? Now, illustration. I think 5 and 6, if I'm not wrong, I have to give it as homework. 1 and 2 over, 3 over, 4 done. 4 done. Am I right? 5 and 6 is homework. Illustration 5 homework. Illustration 5 homework. Illustration 5 homework, 6 homework. See 7, if you want to try homework, but I will definitely do this in class. 7, I want to do it in class because it is a little bit challenging. 8 also I want to do in class. So my question is 7 and 8 you try. Even though you try, Even though you'll get it, but I want to do this in class. Got it, not got it. Apart from that, practical question 1 and 2, I gave it as homework. Am I loud and clear? So 7, 8, I will do it in the class and I'll finish it off. And if this is done, then we're good to start with the next topic, which is accommodation of bill. The main topic, the main concept of this chapter is accommodation of bill. This is the main villain. Okay, can we wrap up? Chalo. So guys, that's all from my side for this session. I will see you all in the next class. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care. Thank you so much.